Hello, parents. Let us analyze another questions based on the force mass diagram. So it says that Phoebe conducted an experiment by placing a 1 kilogram block on a flat surface and measured the amount of force needed to pull it along this surface with a spring. So she repeated the experiment with similar blocks, but of different masses. So you can see start from 1, right? 1 kilo up to a maximum of 7. Because the last reading you will see if you dot down, right, is 7 kilogram. So this is a straight line. It means it is a direct relationship. As the mass of the block increases, right, the amount of force needed to pull it also increase. So state what Phoebe could conclude based on the result. So let us see the answer for this student. As the mass of the block increases, the amount of force needed to pull a block also increase. So this mark is, you should be able to secure the 1 mark, quite direct. Okay, now is the part B, where parents need to take note because MOE also tests students on application, how this concept apply to daily lives. As you know that recently our MRT broke down once again, and there was some disappointment from the public that why our MRT trains break down so often. Perhaps this is one of the reasons. Mei-Ling read in the news that the MRT trains kept breaking down frequently due to wear and tear of the train wheels, which is quite true. She also read that there was an increase in the number of passengers over a period of time because Singapore becomes more populated, so more people will take the public transport, especially during peak hours. So using this understanding, can you see as the mass of the block increase, right, the amount of force needed to move the block also increase. So imagine there are more passengers inside the train, right? So the mass of the train plus the passenger will increase, and this will cause stress to the metal wheels. So you need to explain how an increase in the number of passengers could cause frequent train breakdowns. Okay, so this breakdown is actually due to, because you see there's a cause and effect. Okay, kept breaking down frequently due to what? Due to wear and tear of the train wheels. So this student, he get a full marks. He will learn how to get these full marks. First, he state the problem. As there is an increase in the number of passengers, can you see the mass of the train increase? So mass appears here, right? So can you see that he's applying the right concept? Okay. So he identified the common denominator, which is mass. The common denominator in this question is a mass. As the mass of the train increases, so the amount of force needed to move the train increases. So what will happen? This will increase the amount of friction between the metal wheels and the train track, producing more heat, which could be causing the wear and tear of the metal wheels. What a perfect answer this student have given. So he was awarded a full 2 marks. So you can see here, he identified the common denominator, the mass of the train, and what does this additional mass cause? This additional mass will cause an increased amount of friction. So this force, right? This force actually in this question here is a frictional force. Additional mass cause additional frictional force between what? So when you talk about friction, you always must indicate friction between the metal wheels and the metal train track. And this will produce more heat, which will cause the wear and tear of the metal wheels. So I would like to congratulate this student for his perfect understanding, application, and answering of these PSLE science questions. And I pray that you also can learn how to read the graph, interpret the graph, apply it to the right concept, and answer your questions perfectly in the coming 2025 PSLE science examinations. So for students who need additional help for the remaining 4 weeks, you can contact Mr. Howard Yu. Do search online One Academy Science. I also have a YouTube channel, One Academy Science Howard, with more than 800 videos teaching students to answer different types of challenging open-ended questions. Wish you all the best. Cheers.